Hello everyone, this is Julianne coming to you kind of semi-live from my home. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Life Recovery Step Study and your assignment this week. First of all, the Life Recovery Step Study is written in a manner that it will deal with quite a bit of chemical addiction. So I want to encourage you that you don't disregard what is written. Just change the word addiction to issue, because we all have issues, as we know. And I think I shared with some of you before that when I first started with Celebrate Recovery, I thought that alcohol addiction was my issue. And then I led my first step study and nobody in it was chemically addicted. They were all codependent. And God began to reveal to me that my alcohol addiction was just a symptom of all the other things going on inside of me. So please don't disregard what is written just because it says addiction. Because a lot of our behaviors really are addictions. I mean, how many of us are addicted to anger, or we're addicted to reacting, or we're addicted to depression, or we're addicted to pride, deprecation, things like that. So as you're reading, just don't shut your brain off when you see that word. And then when we look at the questions for this week and we look at no-win situations and dangerous self-deception and the section that is a humble beginning, and we're starting to look at how we respond to authority figures in our life and how we respond to the situations we find ourselves in our life, it's important for you to dig deep. Okay, I want you to, not just give me one-line answers, but dig deep. Let's take a look at one of the first questions. One of the first questions in no-win situations is, what feelings do I experience as I acknowledge people in my life who have power? And then it says such as supervisors, spouse, religious leaders, sponsors. I want you to think about that in the context of, is it different for each one of those? Do you respond to a business leader or supervisor different than you do a religious leader, or different than you do a spouse? And really think about what your responses are, because part of what we're trying to do here is we're trying to break down some behaviors and get to the root of the matter, as we talked about, as it is defined in Jeremiah chapter 17. And so I encourage you to dig deep into the questions. Please do your homework before you come to class. And we're not going to discuss every question that you answer. And you also need to understand that everything that we're doing in class is not all of the work done in step study. The work that you spend doing this work alone, you and God and the Word of God, is where transformation comes from. The group dynamic is just icing on the cupcake. So you're going to come into class, and you're right, we're not going to discuss every question you answered. But I certainly don't want you to get into a habit of thinking, well, we're not discussing all the questions, so I don't need to answer all the questions. No, that is not the way it works. So please do your homework. Please get all of the questions answered. Remember, this Friday, Jennifer will be leading you, and there will be specific questions that y'all will discuss and things like that. We're going to try a new setup in the room. So hopefully we'll have round tables, and y'all can be at round tables in the room, and hopefully we'll have enough table space. And please bear with us as we're dealing with these space issues. We're dealing with them at Calvary in general, just with all of the growth we've experienced. So it's a great opportunity for us to think outside of the box. And Pastor Chris Aon and I worked very hard today trying to do that in multiple areas, because we need rooms for different things. So I appreciate you bearing with us in that. I thank you for your desire to look at these things. Just by having that desire to look at the things in your life and get better, it raises you above and into an elite group of people that probably counts for about 5% of the entire world population. So pat yourself on the back this week for that. And I will be at Celebrate Recovery Friday leading worship, but then I have to leave and go do a wedding rehearsal. And then I am coming back, so hopefully I'll catch some of you at coffee and dessert. God bless you. I look forward to being with you the following week. and get your homework done. We'll see you.